Hey everyone, welcome back to Product X. I'm Rena, and we're decoding the next big thing in tech and capital markets. Today, the defense tech world is buzzing about a name that's just made waves in a big way. Saronic, an autonomous unmanned surface vehicle startup based in Austin, Texas, just closed a massive $175 million Series B. Their valuation? Over $1 billion, making them the newest unicorn in the defense tech space. The round was led by Andreessen Horowitz, with heavy hitters like 8VC, Lux Capital, and Shield Capital jumping in. So, Vivian, want to kick us off?
Hey Rena, hey Nolan. I'm Vivian, a senior angel investor at Pre-Angel Fund. Super excited to dig into this one because what Saronic is doing represents a massive shift in how the Pentagon thinks about naval procurement.
Hey everyone, I'm Nolan, formerly a top architect at a major Silicon Valley company. I've spent years building large-scale distributed systems, so I'm really curious about how they're tackling the edge AI piece here. This is a fascinating technical challenge.
Perfect. So here's what's wild. We're talking about replacing billion-dollar warships with a few $100,000 unmanned boats. Vivian, from your angle in venture capital, what's driving this massive bet on autonomous surface vessels?
Yeah, the core concept here is what the Pentagon calls economics of attritable mass. You see, the old model, building $13 billion aircraft carriers that take a decade. That's just not sustainable anymore when you can swarm them with cheap autonomous boats. The Black Sea conflicts really opened everyone's eyes to this. We're talking about hundreds of thousands versus billions, and the expensive side just can't win cost-effectively. That's exactly why the Replicator Initiative exists. They want thousands of attritable systems in the water within 18 to 24 months.
Right, and that's where the technical rubber meets the road. You can't just remote control these things. In contested environments, GPS gets jammed, comms go down. What Saronic built is edge native from the ground up. They fuse electro-optical cameras, radar, sonar, and inertial measurement units on board, then use visual SLAM and Kalman filtering to navigate when there's no GPS at all. It's essentially a self-contained navigation brain that doesn't need the outside world.
So it's not like a drone you fly with a controller. It's truly autonomous. Nolan, can you walk us through how a swarm of these things actually coordinates without a central command?
Exactly. The swarm uses decentralized consensus algorithms. Picture a school of fish. Each boat only talks to its neighbors, and they collectively figure out how to flank or disperse. The math involves differential equations for velocity and position coordination. When one boat gets a target signal, it passes that info peer-to-peer, and the whole formation adapts in milliseconds. No central brain to knock out. That's the beauty of it.
And I'd add, from a financial standpoint, that's where the valuation story gets interesting. The hardware is cheap, almost like a loss leader. The real margin comes from the autonomous command and control software platform running across the fleet. That's SaaS-level gross margins on what looks like a shipbuilding business. It's a total redefinition of what a defense contractor looks like on a balance sheet.
Totally agree on the business model. On the tech side, the hard part now is reliability. You need these things to run for long missions in brutal sea states. Salt corrosion, heavy vibrations, extreme weather, getting failure rates down below 1 in several 100,000 while pushing algorithm updates over the air. That's the next huge engineering hurdle for them.
So both the financial logic and the technical architecture point to the same conclusion. This isn't just a better boat. It's a completely new paradigm. Let me ask you both. Is this the end of traditional shipbuilding as we know it?
Honestly? Yeah, I think legacy shipyards are in serious trouble. They can't scale, they can't move fast, and the Pentagon is done waiting 10 years for a ship. Saronic is basically building a gigafactory for naval vessels. If they can execute on production, traditional yards become obsolete almost overnight.
I see it similarly. Traditional defense contractors still design like they're building desktop PCs, bolt on off-the-shelf components, and hope it works. Saronic is doing full-stack co-design from the hull up, which is exactly how you get the reliability and cost points where they need to be. It's a fundamentally different engineering culture.
All right, let's do a quick lightning round. First question. If you had to bet on one word that defines Saronic's secret sauce, what is it?
Speed.
Autonomy?
Second question, biggest risk factor for this thesis?
Regulatory hurdles, honestly. Getting Pentagon contracts is a marathon, not a sprint, no matter how good your tech is.
execution risk on scaling production. They need to prove they can actually build hundreds of these, not just prototypes.
Fair. Third favorite sci-fi movie that predicted this future?
I'd say The Terminator, but that's cliché. Actually, Pacific Rim comes to mind. Giant robots, autonomous swarms. It's all there.
The Matrix for the swarm intelligence angle. Minus the machine uprising, hopefully.
Fourth, if you could steal one technical approach from any industry and apply it here, what would it be?
Honestly, the automotive industry's OTA update pipelines. That's what they need to push software to the fleet continuously. Tesla figured this out. You treat the hardware as a platform, not a one-off product.
I'd take the manufacturing discipline from consumer electronics. Apple-level supply chain management applied to defense hardware. That's the real moat.
Last one. 3 years from now, what's the one image that will define this market?
A swarm of small, cheap boats overwhelming a billion-dollar destroyer in a live combat scenario. That's the visual that changes everyone's mind.
I'd say a fully autonomous fleet operating in formation without any human in the loop, navigating through GPS-denied waters on a real mission. That's the milestone that makes it real.
Okay, Vivian, give us a one-sentence summary of what we covered today.
Saronic's $175 million bet is riding on the idea that cheap, autonomous, AI-driven boat swarms can outmaneuver billion-dollar warships, fundamentally reshaping naval warfare economics and defense procurement.
Nolan, your turn.
The technical breakthrough here is building edge-native, fully autonomous systems that can navigate and coordinate in GPS-denied, jammed environments. That's what turns a cool concept into an actual military capability.
Couldn't have said it better. Thanks to Vivian for breaking down the capital story and the economics of attritable mass, and Nolan for the deep dive into swarm algorithms and edge AI architecture. If you want more deep dives on defense tech and future unicorns, hit subscribe and join us next time on Product X. See you then.